Oye, oye, oye. Hear ye, hear ye, hear ye. Don't really know what I'm talking about, guys. Hey, what's up, guys? This is Jason, also known as Seva Sundar Singh. Seva Sundar Singh. Jason or Seva, and you're watching Ray of Light Tarot. I got a big old ray of light coming right for you. I really do. Bam! Some amethyst. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful amethyst set in stone here for you. Really good energy. Amethyst is great stone for releasing anxiety, stress, any negative energies like that that are kind of rooted in worry. Amethyst is great for that. That's why I carry my little shiny banded, smooth banded amethyst in my pocket. In my pocket for that. Hey Zynab, good to see you. So guys, here we go. We're live. We're doing some mini readings and other shenanigans tonight. I might even give a freebie away if I feel like being sweet and kind. I do have a couple people on the list, but the list is open. Where's everybody at? Did I come on too early tonight? Get with the program, guys. Get with the program. Hey, Julene is here. Popping in before dinner. You haven't had your dinner yet, my dear. Doesn't everybody go with the early bird special dinner schedule like this old man right here? Guys, in less than 2 weeks, I'm going to be 40. Well, actually in 1 week. No, about, what's today, the 27th? I'm going to be 43 on September the 8th. The 8th of September. 8 de septembre. 8 de septembre. I will be for the big 4-3. 43 and none the wiser, guys. None the wiser. I don't know why. I don't know. So I have a little list. We will be working from here. Mindy, if you're here, we're going to be picking up with you from the other night. We've also got Melanie W. I got your PayPal, Melanie W. You sent a PayPal in last night, but we didn't get to you. And then Malia and your friend Malia. I don't remember the name. I think you said Melissa. I'm not sure. But anybody else who wants to get on the list, get your donation over and let's get you on the list, because the readings, I'm deep diving. Like, I have to tell you, I felt pretty much like I was on a roll last night. I felt really good about the collective reading this morning. It came through really clear. As an empath or someone who connects to energy and reads energy, reads cards, sort of borders into the mediumship and psychic stuff, I can tell you there are days when you're on and there are days when you're off and there are days when you're really on. And even the days when you're off as a reader, you know, that's what the cards are there for. They're visual cues. They assist you. But when you're on, you really almost don't need the cards. And I feel really on right now as far as my connection. I feel very connected. And so this is a great time if you're looking for guidance to purchase a reading. So I just have to put that on out there. You look great. Well, thank you, Lisa. That's so kind of you to say. It's not my birthday yet. Don't make me any older than I already am. But thank you for the happy birthday messages. Hear my dog barking? It's like clockwork. The minute I go live, he starts barking. I don't know, man. I don't know. So let's get this show on the road. It's crazy, right? So is Mindy, Melanie, Malia, or Malia's friend, are any of you guys here yet? Because I want to get popping on these readings, or anyone else who wants to purchase a reading. The list is open. It's $22.22, 2222. The list is open. You can do the Cash App, $ Ray of Light Tarot, or you can do the PayPal. They're both listed in the description of the video. Did I list them? I don't even know if I listed them, guys. It's nhjoost92@gmail. Do I have any moderators here? I know we're... How quickly do you receive the funds? When you send it to Cash App, immediately. Immediately. Why do you ask? Like, you mean, like how quickly am I able to verify that it was sent? Right away. Usually the notification will pop up on my screen. If it doesn't, I'll just go and check, you know, if we need to verify it. But yeah, if you want to get on the list and you send a payment, it'll pop up right away. It'll be there right away. No, it's not too late. That's why I'm talking about it, Jeanette. It's not too late at all. You're welcome to get on there. It's $22.22. I suggest if you're in the United States using Cash App, guys, my Cash App is $ Ray of Light Tarot. Make sure you don't send it to anyone other than that, because there are similar accounts that have my name for some reason. Like some goofball created similar accounts. But mine is $Ray of Light Tarot, all one word. So, and it's 2020. Cincinnati. Do you guys remember that show WKRP in Cincinnati with Lonnie Anderson from the late 70s, early 80s? It was on reruns on like Nickelodeon or something when I was a kid, but I loved that show. We've been talking a lot about shows for some reason. Like, there's Mindy. Okay. Mindy, let's get your reading going, girl. Let's do it. It was a good show, right? That was a good show. That was a good show. It definitely was a good show. Put my hat on. Yeah, I got my hair cut and colored today. My grandmother was not liking it. She said I look like a Nazi. Because it's so light, I guess. You know, the Nazis were all about that blonde hair and then blue eyes. All right, so, but that's not why I'm covering my head. I just feel like I like wearing my little newsboy hat. Because I'm here to deliver the news, the 411, right? So let's do it. Okay, so Mindy, you are first on the list, and then we're going to get to you guys, whoever wants to get a reading. Can you read Libra, October 6th? Yeah, sure, I can read for you. You do need to, I'm doing, right now, I'm doing 4 purchase readings, so it's $22.22. You can send it over to my Cash App. But I might do a freebie in a little while tonight if we have time. I might do a giveaway. That was such a good show though, right? All right. What advice does the universe or spirit have for me in regards to my divine? Why do you spell it divine with an E instead of divine with an I? Divine, D-I-V-I-N-E, guys. The divine, D-I-V-I-N-E. Like an area or subject to focus on or learn. Advice for my next steps. All right, Mindy, let's see what comes through. I'm using the Thelema deck tonight, and I'm also using my Millennium Thoth deck, okay? So let's get popping on these. Thank you, Universe. Thank you, Source. Thank you, Spirit. Thank you, Angels, Archangels, Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, Uriel. Thank you, Spirit Guides and Ancestors, Nana Renan, Grandma Mick, C, Granny B, all Spirit Guides, Ancestors, spiritual team. Thank you for gathering around me. Thank you for keeping my light up high, my vibration raised high. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Connect. Let's connect. You just misspelled it. I thought you were maybe purposely misspelling it. Like, you know, some people purposely misspell things for a reason. Like there's a reason they want to spell something a different way. But I noticed some people do that. Like it's a common I guess it's just a common accident. It's a common misspelling. Thank you for connecting me to those who need readings tonight and giving me clear and direct messages. So nice to see you too. Thank you for being here. What messages do you have for Mindy that she most needs at this time? Thank you. Whoops. I thought I was dreaming, but I was wrong. Oh yeah. Me too. I'm into numerology, not in an official sense, but kind of in the same way I'm into astrology, where I know that there is real purpose and meaning behind a lot of it, but I don't really get into like specific theories. I just sort of, I use my own intuition to connect to the numbers and what they mean for me. Okay. Your overall energy is the Universe card. This is a really amazing card. And the reason I mentioned that is because the Universe card is, in a traditional tarot set, it would be the World card, which is the final card of the major arcana, Mindy, okay? The World, or the Universe. Now, in this deck, instead of seeing a woman naked, balancing her batons, going bravely into her sort of, where her mystical or sort of ethereal destiny meets the physical. In this deck, you see her instead, nude, yes, wrestling with a serpent, right? Entangled with a serpent, heading into which represents the balance of the universe, right? This to me says that a lot of what's happening in your in your daily life right now, Malia, I'm sorry, not Malia, Mindy, a lot of what's happening in your daily life right now, Mindy, and Malia, if you're here, this may be a message for you because I don't know why your name just came through as well. But Mindy, this is for you for sure. A lot of what's happening in your daily life has to do with that eternal struggle of your spirit versus your flesh. Until our spirit and our flesh can find some kind of harmony, sometimes, and for the most part, the spirit and the flesh are at odds, right? And so there is this eternal struggle going on for you right now that really has to do with where you're headed to as far as your destined path. Now, you've got some big things happening. You've got in your recent past the Eight of Cups. So Spirit's acknowledging that you had to walk away from some things that were very important to you, that had strong emotional ties and resonance for you, and you had to kind of slice and dice, and it felt very low vibrational to kind of. It didn't feel like it wasn't an easy thing to do. It was a tough start, tough going for a minute. But you've really come into a place where now you're feeling, instead of like the slow start, there is a little bit of hot and cold energy of the Knight of Wands. That can be an energy where you're finding your passion, but you're having trouble sustaining it. And what I see for you that looks really good is in your immediate energy, you've got the Eight of Wands. And so, guys, I'm not when you hear me actually doing a reading for somebody, try to hold the chat down to a minimum because I'm looking for chat from the person I'm reading for, and anything else can really throw off the reading. So please be respectful of that. Well, in between each reading is when we want to do a lot of chatting. Okay, guys, thank you. So Mindy, what was I saying? So in your current energy, you have the Eight of Wands. This is a great thing because what that says to me is you're about to take off. You're about to move forward in a very profound way where, like I said, because of that sort of struggle that we all sort of go through with the spirit and the flesh being sometimes at odds, that universe card says, especially with the Eight of Wands here, that you're beginning to find a real fusion or a merging and a happy relationship between your soul, what your soul longs to do, and what you physically are capable of and able to do right now. So you're finding it's like you're finding your groove in the track. This is really good. Imagine a train finding its groove in the track. Like if you build even a train set, for kids, a train set, when you've got that train and it finds its groove in the track, you notice how it starts to go a lot faster around the track. That's what this represents for you, the Eight of Wands. So Spirit's saying, take advantage of this opportunity in your life right now for you to find your groove a little bit. Don't slow down. Don't overthink things. A big possible stumbling block for you could be overthinking, and you don't want to overthink. You want to focus on trusting the things that feed your passions right now. I know in life, a lot of times we have to kind of not give in to our passions and be very cerebral and intelligent about our decisions. For you, right now, the opposite is true. Your guidance cards, you've got the Princess of Wands, and then you've got an assurance card of the Ace of Wands. So the things that you're being offered from Source go right along with your actual physical energy. So a lot of passionate, a lot of inspired, sort of fiery energy here, which is an energy of accomplishing things. This is saying you're going to get a lot done here. And it's not just getting a lot done like, oh, I got some spring cleaning done this month. No. This is about your destined path, why you came here. Your purpose, your raison d'etre, your reason for being is being fulfilled. Sometimes in small ways, sometimes in big ways, but it is being fulfilled, and you're being gifted with the Ace of Wands, a gift from Source of opportunity, of a new beginning, an awakening of your passions. So pay attention to that, okay? Pay very much attention to that. I have so many passions. Yeah, I think we all do. All of us who are here and awakened souls, we do have a lot of passions. And this is the time to really listen to those things. But also, don't just give in to any passions. Give in to the things that you're seeing where passion and opportunity meet. The ones where you see opportunity meeting. Because you're being guaranteed with that Ace of Wands. Spirit's saying, this wrestling is no longer a wrestling. This is now becoming almost something erotic. You're no longer wrestling with this energy. It's now becoming erotic. You're finding a way to not only merge together, but it's reproductive. It's producing more. It's allowing the beautiful to multiply. So it's all really good stuff. Like I said, don't overthink. Don't allow yourself to get too far don't allow yourself to get too far into your own thoughts. And there, look, her question, which or where to focus? You're already worrying. Don't allow what we talked about. I just said, don't allow yourself to overthink. Don't allow, you're letting swords come in. That's the one thing I said that could trip you up. Spirit is assuring you a passionate new beginning. Just trust. It will show you that your questions, the answer will be revealed to you when it needs to be. Trust where you are. Just the more we can sit in the energy in the present moment and be present and trust that we're exactly where we're supposed to be, your questions fall away because the answers reveal themselves. So focus on how this is not a battle or a struggle, it's a dance. And allow the truths and the path to open itself up before you with less questioning and more just show the gratitude to source, and you're being assured that sort of ace of wands, and that's going to help you. I know, that's why I touched on that right away, the overthinking part, and that's a real roadblock for you. So you're being empowered with that knowledge that that's going to hurt you, so don't let it. Choose to change your thoughts from questioning, from worrying, from overthinking, to just gratitude, to just silence. And if you can't get quiet, meditate, do something to set the intention for that silence to come over you. And that's really going to be good for you to do. Okay. Is Melanie here from last night? Melanie purchased a reading last night at the end of the night and wasn't able to get it. So Melanie was next on my list. Melanie, are you here? Melanie W. Melanie. I don't have you on my list, Nicole. Did you send in a payment, Nicole Brooks? I see a question, but I don't think I have you on my list. Any guys, if you have sent a payment to the Cash App to get on the list, just let me know in the chat and I'll go ahead. I haven't seen any notifications come up though, so just let me know. But I have on the list people who sent in payments earlier. I have Melanie W. I have Malia. And Malia, you sent us a payment for a friend. I think the name is Melissa. So any of those three, if you guys are here, go ahead and, oh yeah, Jeanette, let me know. I don't see any of those three here at this time. So we'll go on now to the people who are just getting payments in now. So Jeanette, go ahead. And anyone else, go ahead. If you want to send payment in, or if you just did, let me know so I can verify it and we'll get you your questions. What's your question, Jeanette? What is your question, my dear? Mon Dieu, my God. We're not doing super chats. You can use Cash App or the PayPal. Cash App is $Ray of Light Tarot. PayPal is NHJOOST92@gmail.com. If K-Moon, do you mind posting those in the chat for me? Thank you so much. I didn't even realize you were here. The PayPal is NHJOOST92@gmail, and I will allow that. Okay, we can skip. I'll do Jeanette's real quick, and then we'll come back to you, Malia. Was your friend's name Melissa that you sent a payment for, Malia? I feel fragmented in my life, personally, and work. Okay, Malia. Yeah, we don't do super chat for the actual payments because YouTube takes a great portion of that. Almost 40% of it goes to YouTube and to other places. So you're always welcome, and I appreciate donations through super chat, but for the actual readings themselves, I do payment apps. I feel fragmented in my life personally and at work. Stu is the guy. What's your question, Jeanette? Right now I'm using the Millennium Thoth Tarot deck. It is a traditional tarot with a few different major arcanas, but representing the usual. This is the deck. Artwork by Renata Lechner. Jeanette, throw your question up for me. I don't see an actual question for you. Can you just real quickly throw a question up? When did you send it, Nicole? And where did you send it? Oh, international. So you sent it through PayPal? Just want to know about if we'll get back together or will he want that and where my career is going. Okay. Love. So you want to do a question about love and a question about career? That's going to be tough with just one card pull. Let me see what comes through. I may only be able to touch on one or the other. I'll see what comes out for you. What guidance can you give Jeanette about the things that she's curious about that are on her mind right now? Seven of Wands. Interesting. Thank you, Kay. Wow, you've got some beautiful energy here, Jeanette, and some really tough energy at the same time. Your current energy is the Seven of Wands. So this is a card of defensiveness. You guys, you can see, look at this card. I mean, you can see all these different arrows going in different directions, but what are they doing? They're forming X's. This is that don't count, like blocked off, not letting something in. Your intention is to be a nurturing individual. You come in, crowning you is the Empress card. That's a major arcana. So that's saying your overwhelming energy that's really, that you're sort of growing into and stepping into, the Empress. That is the divine feminine energy in physical form. She's nurturing, she's kind, she's loving, and she's very maternal. This can also represent pregnancy and growth, multiplication of upright. It can be multiplication of blessings, and in the physical sense, it can be children. What I do see, though, is below that in your foundation is a card that really goes more along with the Seven of Wands, which is the Five of Swords. So there's a real struggle going on for you as far as what you're intending to do, who you're intending to be in relationships and probably other aspects of your life, and what you're feeling inside. Because the feelings that you're having inside that go way back, you've got in your recent past and long-term past, the Devil card. So there has been a lot, the road to where you are today has not been an easy one. And although you may be really someone who really puts forth her best foot forward in a relationship, what you're bringing with you is heavy baggage. Whether you intend to is not the point. It's there, and it's things that have really been painful for you. So where you're at, the pain, the things that have sort of brought you to where you are, have almost crippled you for relationships. It's made it very difficult for you to be who you want to be in this relationship and in other aspects of your life. And it's painful. I can feel, looking at this card, this feels it feels hot. And when I say hot, I mean temperature wise. It feels heated. So what that tells me is it's uncomfortable. What I connected to when I looked at this was someone's temperature fluctuating, which happens to people when they're sick. It also happens to the dying. Their temperature starts to fluctuate when someone's, at the end of life. And the reason that that's coming up for me is saying you're at a point, obviously you're not dying, which we're glad about. You're at a point, though, where you can't go on any longer dealing with what you're dealing with internally and trying to make things work on the outside and in relationship and not deal with these things. It's time. Spirit wants you to shed some ego. Part of it, I don't know what kind of spiritual relationship you have with Stu or what's this is looking like in the future, but part of a twin soul journey, for example, because that's what I relate to, is a thing we talk about called the ego death. And the ego death has to happen in order for us to come into full union because, and it's, we think of the ego as such a bad word, but without egos, we wouldn't survive. Our ego is what serves us in a lot of positive ways as well. But when we look at this Five of Swords card, the ego is protecting you. And we're not talking about being egotistical. We're talking about your ego, yourself, your identity protecting you because of some things that have happened to you in the past that have caused you a lot of pain and hurt that's really been suppressed and pushed down. That Devil card is heavy. It's heavy energy. It's toxicity. There's dependence, codependence, a lot of things that are all sort of piled into this card, and it could have been people around you that disappointed you. But what's happened is now you're at this place where you're ready. And because you're coming through being crowned with the Empress card, that tells me you're at a place where you may be meeting someone or have someone in your life who is either a twin soul or a divine partner, someone it's your intended person. But despite that, you're dealing with all these things. That's why these things happen, though. When we get to that point where we're in Empress mode because we're supposed to be that side, that part of a partnership, these things that have never been completely released or dealt with or healed come up because they have to, so that we can function properly within that relationship. And that's what you're trying to do. Your higher self is trying so hard to release once and for all whatever that devil energy that you've kind of unintentionally brought with you. It's kind of been dragged behind you like a cart. So the near future is the Five of Wands. There's gonna be some conflict in your future, but I think what it's important for you to recognize is this conflict is not, it's not the same as the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is an energy of, for you, self-preservation, ego, to keep you from being hurt any further, and that's going to be washed out by the Empress energy, which is good. That's gonna, you're still gonna have what you need to protect yourself, but it's not going to be to the point that you're so defensive. But this Five of Wands, it is conflict, but it's conflict that's productive. It's conflict that's leading you to resolution within your relationships. And the fact that the Devil card is in the past and the Empress is what's sort of descending upon you now, both are really good news for your potential relationship future. I just want you to know that despite the good news, you do have to be aware that this conflict card, although it's productive, and I do feel like you've got great outcome at the end of it, there's gonna be conflict. And so just being aware of that can sort of arm you with a little bit of ability to deal with it. But I don't want you to think, oh, I have this person, we love each other, it's gonna be all roses and sunshine, because it's not. But remember, that Five of Wands energy, although painful and although combative, is leading to beautiful things. It's very productive. And the fact that the Empress is your energy, that is sort of a new place you're moving into, I feel like a lot of the Five of Wands is going to be asserting your boundaries, yourself, big S, yourself, and standing up for who you are. And I don't care who we love or how much we love them. When we're standing up for our boundaries and who we are, it's worth it. And it makes that relationship, despite the conflict, all the more healthier down the road. So yes, it's going to be a tough road, but it's going to be productive and it's going to be worth it. That's what I've got for you. And I wish you the best. I think you keep a really positive attitude about it. Nope. Faith, I refunded you the other night, though, because I didn't know when you'd be back. I mentioned that if you wanted to get on the list, you're welcome to. If you just want to resend your payment over, I will add you to the list. Thank you, Jeanette, and good luck. Is Melanie W here? Melanie W. Okay, so we will go ahead and do Melissa. Is Melissa card? Is Melissa C? Is that Malia? Is that the one you sent for? I'll go ahead and take her question. Melissa C. Okay, great. Hey, Aisha, you're welcome. Janet, good luck. It's going to be a tough but very worthwhile road. Okay, so next on my list is Melissa. What's your question, Melissa? Did she already put it up? Where do you see my career going within the next couple of years? She did. Okay, career. All right. Thank you for helping, K Moon. You're the best. You're simply the best. Ooh, Four of Wands is a great card as far as the outlook. Six of Wands, really good also. The Lovers. Okay, so I do feel like you've got something. Okay, so pretty good stuff here for you, Melissa. Now, you do have a choice before you that we're talking about career here. So you've got a choice that you need to, it may be a difficult choice, like choosing one thing, career-wise, choosing one thing over another where both are really good options. And one requires you sacrifice something to take that road, but you gain something else, and the other you sacrifice something else to gain something else. There's a real difficult choice here. That's what the Lovers card is for you. Both very viable options. So what I would say, and this has been a theme recently with the way the energies are, because this is really near future. Like, in fact, this may be something you're already aware of within your current career path. You may already know what this is about, even as I'm mentioning it, because it doesn't feel like it's off in the future. It's like either right now or coming in. What I want to say about this is, again, and this is, I think this is a message for you and for pretty much all of us. Don't spend a lot of time overthinking. You know in your heart what you truly desire. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the love. You know in your heart what you truly desire. Veronica Gomez, thank you for the love. You know in your heart what you truly desire. Oh, is this accurate? Good, good. I mean, I assume it is, but that's good to know. I always appreciate the confirmation. You know in your heart what you truly desire, Melissa. And when we're talking about relationships or career, it doesn't really matter. Your higher self knows already what you're supposed to do and what you truly want. So listen to that inner knowing. Listen to that click that says, this is it, not this. Because when we start to analyze something and become too logistical and make it like put it on a fact sheet or a spreadsheet, it can become so muddled down in pros and cons. It's one of those things. Remember in I don't know if you've seen the Sex and the City movie. In the Sex and the City movie, Miranda and Steve were separated because he cheated on her and everything. And then at the end, they were gonna like she was trying to decide whether she wanted to meet him on the Brooklyn Bridge to give the marriage another chance, or not. And she was making a list of pros and cons. And I remember who was the main character? Carrie. Carrie said to her, because Miranda said, well, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know. And she said, well, you're a lawyer. You can argue something from either side, but it's not, love isn't logical. It's emotional. There's a moment when you just know. Like if you love somebody, there's that moment where you just know. And all of your reasoning of why they're not good for you or why you've got to get away from them, it goes right out the window with the past and everything else. And that's sort of how this feels for you in your life, whether we're talking about love or in this case, more so career. You already know. So listen to your knowing. Don't try to focus too much on the should I do this? Should I do that? What did it? Don't do that to yourself. You've got the Six of Wands in your future. The Six of Wands is a card that represents public notice, being sort of commended. It felt like you were receiving an award of some kind or a commendation from a superior or from a group of superiors, like a board of superiors. So this feels very, very good. It feels very exciting for you. Now, I do want to tell you, your current energy is the Art card in reverse. This is the Temperance card in the traditional tarot. The fact that it's in reverse is saying you spend enough time already on the sidelines, sort of trying to figure something out, allowing things to marinate. That time is over. It feels very much like it's time to go forward. It's time to move quick into the future. Okay, so like seize the moment, right? Carpe diem, seize the day. And you've got the Four of Wands. If we didn't already have confirmation that things are going to work out well, the Four of Wands is that confirmation. Every piece to the pie is full. If it were a pie chart, it would look really good and in your favor. And then you've also got crowning you the Three of Wands. This is about manifestations coming into focus. So I feel like there's a lot of preparatory energy in your recent past, and now it's time to just let it flow in. It's like you're sliding into home plate. So the biggest thing, the Art card in reverse, Major Arcana, and the Lovers upright, it's your choice. You're in charge here. So make an assertive, aggressive choice for your future, and know that you're already on the path toward a lot of beautiful things when it comes to your career. I don't know what you do. I'm assuming it's in the medical field. If you're, I don't know if you're a coworker of Malia's or just a friend outside of work, but whatever you do, you've got a lot of, and I should never assume, because that's when I get things totally wrong, when I start thinking instead of just using the intuition and the reading. That's why I always tell people don't overthink, because the first thing I said about you that I didn't get from the cards was that, and I don't know if that's true or not, but I know that you've got good things coming, a lot of public acknowledgement, and it feels like the time for waiting and sitting on the sidelines is over. So that's what I got for you. Is good luck, Melissa. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. It was a pleasure. Okay, is Melanie W here? Calling in friend. Okay. Oh, good. I'm glad that it was accurate. We like ye. Thank you, guides. Thank you. Thank you, guides. Wow. Thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me to read for you. Okay. If Melanie W is not here, we will move right along to Malia. You're next, babe. And then Faith, I don't know if you got your payment in, but you would also be on the list. Hold on one sec. Yeah, I've got Faith and then Christina A. Christina A, you're on the list. Zynab, the list is open. And we've only got a couple people, so it shouldn't be a long wait. The list is open. Okay. Just send it. Okay. Okay, Christina, I'm doing Malia, then Faith, and then you, Christina. So 2 ahead of you. And then, yeah, Zynab, if you get on. I don't think anyone else sent a PayPal. If you did, anybody, let me know and we'll get you added. Sharon, you can still get on the list. I keep saying it every 30 seconds. Yes, you can still get on the list. The list is open. Send your payment and I will add you to the list. Okay. Guidance about how and when the move. Okay. Tonight's payment is $22.22. Yeah, I saw Faith. I got to notify. $22.22. Quadruple twos. What's the guidance for Malia about a move and its timing? This is really random and it's way far off, but something about February or March. Malia, I don't know why that's so far off. It may be that you're moving soon and then in February or March there's more of a official or a permanent move. I don't know what that's about. Something in February or March is standing out to me. So yeah, what August. So that's like 6-7 months away. I don't know why that is, but just keep that in the back of your mind and see if you can figure out what that's about. You've got the Queen of Swords energy in your recent past. Don't, and I know you've got the moon as well, so you're kind of being a little hard on yourself, questioning some of your recent decisions going back over the last year. I think you're questioning some of your decisions. You're wondering if you were too quick to cut certain things out or something about cutting things out and wondering if you made the right decisions or if you need to go back and amend certain things. That's only natural when we make big decisions in life, whether it's with moving, career, whatever it is, okay? That's natural in life. And so just be aware of that. What I would say with the moon card here in your recent past is don't discount the depth of a lot of your emotions, especially the things you have felt in the last few months. Don't discount them. And the reason I say that is because it's not to say that, oh, if I felt this in the last few months, it must be right. But I'm talking about the deep emotional experiences that you're having. Make sure that you don't discount what they were about. That the message from Source is that nothing is wasted. Like, you may have chalked something up as a loss and it may have been very painful, but just remember those painful experiences aren't wasted. It's kind of like what we talked about today in the collective reading. It's the gold that's getting put in those cracks. The gold is being placed in those cracks and the value of the connections is skyrocketing. It's the opposite of what we think it is. We think, oh, this is over. I've lost the person I love. I've lost someone that is so special to me because I'm a fool. And it's done, or whatever. This is just my own example, I'm saying. But the reality, and Source confirms this, our God confirms this to us. Our higher self confirms this to us. The reality is, just when you think you're down and out and just when you think you've lost, the reality is those connections that are so intimate, so close, so loving, so friendly are only getting enriched and gaining value in ways that you and I can't understand at this time. You have the Empress and the Nine of Wands, foundation descending. So what does that mean? And then you've got the Six of Wands, near future. So as far as a move, don't let it become a stressful thing. You know, something's trying to come in and calm your nerves, because the Nine of Wands in your foundation is saying that this could become something that really becomes a burden to you if you're not careful, but it's not intended to. It's more about teaching you how to manage a lot of, you're going to see opportunities where you can either fall apart and be like, therapy, help, or you can really tap into your reserves, your divine feminine reserves, as a very nurturing, caretaking. This feels like palliative. It feels like you're taking care of yourself in a way that is about comforting yourself and those around you, and the fact that you're capable of doing that. I don't know how that applies to the move, but I feel like it has to do with like the pressure or stress to do with connected to this move. Yeah, a work move maybe. There's something in the next 6 months, because you've also got your outcome card here, Malia, as the Six of Wands. So again, I love the Six of Wands card, and it definitely bodes well for you as far as good things coming and you having a great outcome. But I'm not really sure. And see, there's Capricorn energy here as well. That would be January. There's something coming between like middle January to late February. And it's about your house and home. It's house and home. It's also an opportunity. There's going to be some tests. You've got the Devil card hiding behind there. There's some tests in that. And with the test is opportunities. Same thing with that Nine of Wands and the Empress descending upon it. You're going to get tested, right? You're going to be getting tested during all of this. But remember, it's actually an opportunity to remind yourself how to tap into your reserves and to nurture not only yourself, but those around you, and manage these things, because that's part of your distinct and unique ability as a divine feminine, is to manage the stress from a very nurturing, caring way and perspective, not just of yourself, but of others. But you can't do it for the others unless you're first doing it for yourself. So every time you start to see a hint of stress or a hint that something is going wrong, remember that, because I saw that immediately when I started feeling what that was about. It was showing me with the sale of my condo, which, knock on wood, is going to be final on Monday. We're closing Monday afternoon, I hope. But like tomorrow I have to go over there and wait, because the HVAC guys have to come back and clean the unit, the AC unit. It's like the stress, and it feels like things start to pile up, right? Deal breaker issues. And the reason that I think that it's something like that for you is because when I was looking at those cards, that's what it was making me feel like. And so I think it's about you being able to nurture and really allow yourself to be in control by not being in control, and being okay with not being in control. I'm telling you, as far as timing, I don't know why this is still, it's 6 months from now, something to do with a move, a permanent change. It's about 6 months from now. Yeah, late February. Sometime between like the 15th of January to the end of February is when you're doing some big things. So I don't know. I don't know why that's coming out, but that's what it is. Now, there is a lot happening for you right now and in September. Don't be fooled. There is a lot happening, but there's something else happening specifically at that time that ties back to this. So ride the wave, babe. Ride the wave. I don't know what it is. Okay, next is faith. Oh, Darcy, okay. So we've got Mindy said she also, Mindy, and then Darcy, and there was one above Mindy, wasn't there? Yeah, Zynab. So we got Faith, Zynab, Mindy, Darcy. Yeah, Faith, you are up. What is the better question? How can I move on when my heart is holding on, or will we be together? Well, I think they're both okay for that. Those I can fit into one question, sort of. We'll see what comes through for you, because they both are about the same topic. When I say I can't really do two questions in one is when we're like literally two different topics, like relationships, career, financial, health, like things that really are two separate subjects, that's where it's hard for me to do in a mini reading. You know what I mean? But if it's both of those questions are about your relationship sector, so it'll probably come out in the answer. Because I only pull like 3, 4, max, 5 cards. Now, that doesn't mean I won't go on for 10 minutes. It just depends on what the message is. But what's the guidance for faith about moving on and dealing with this current relationship? MG, you are real good, Jay. Oh, thank you, Darcy. Cards flying, guys. Cards flying tonight. Knight of Cups in reverse in your current energy. Faith, there is definitely someone who, I touched on this with the collective reading today. Although it may appear someone's walking away from you, distancing, maybe even running away from you, they're actually energetically wanting to move towards you. You have a very strong connection here that's not just going to go away. But right now, the reason that you are having to kind of let it go is because this is about your soul growth right now. It's not about the connection. And what is about the connection, it's time for you two to grow separately. And there may be a future here. I have to say, just what I'm looking at, when you were saying how to let go and move on, you don't really have to do anything. And there may be, I don't want to give you false hope, but there really may be a future here for this connection down the road when you're both healed to a certain degree, because you have the Nine of Cups in your future energy. But in your current energy, you have the High Priestess. So if there was ever a confirmation that Spirit wants you to be alone and wants you to be focusing on your growth, on your abilities, even as a divine feminine, then that's a confirmation for you. What Spirit is saying to you here is, you already know in your heart how strong this love connection is, that you don't need to worry about moving on from it. You just need to let it be what it was and what it is and what it will be, and know that right now you're being called to focus on you. It's not about that person right now, and it can't be until you deal with you. Once you're finished dealing with you a little bit, then it can be about deciding even, do I want to move on or do I want to see more? Because this connection for you is the Ten of Pentacles. I mean, guys, we don't get Ten of Pentacle relationships coming into our life very often. And if we're like a player and we're deceiving ourselves and thinking that we do get these kind of relationships a lot, we've got a rude awakening when we really grow up and realize that that deep love that you may feel, that's only going to come around a couple times in a lifetime, and it comes around right when it's supposed to. This is special. This is not really something that you can just walk away from or move on from. So the how-to is not really in this or in these cards. But I will say, do not delude yourself, because you've got this energy crowning you, the Seven of Cups, which worries me. It sounds like Spirit may be a little concerned that you're trying to just date and put yourself out there and find someone else. Not only is that really not what you're supposed to be doing right now, that's not going to help, because there is no one else that fits this bill. There just isn't. And the sooner you accept that fact, and accept the fact that there is no one else that will fit the bill for you to this extent right now, that doesn't mean there's nobody else for you. And it doesn't mean that this person can't still be for you. But right now, in the present moment, there is nobody else for you but you. And the sooner you really latch on to that reality and that truth and accept that, the better off you're going to be. Okay? Really and truly. And I say that with a firmness, but with a lot of love, because this is going to help you so much to really sort of embrace this energy of, it's an empowered energy, but it's also, it's a little bit lonely, Faith. It's a little bit lonely. I have to be honest. It's a little bit lonely. It doesn't feel so great. But the deeper you go into this, the better it feels. I've had to really do that. Now, I was already alone, single, I've been single, but because I have a twin soul connection and we have kind of moved in and out of each other's lives, when we are in each other's physical world to an extent, even albeit mostly just a friendship, it's still something that occupies your heart and your mind. However, when it leaves and you have to go through that period it's difficult, right? It's painful, but it's so worth it to love yourself, because I had to retrain myself once again to really love myself, to really stop turning to the easy fix, right? Because the easy fix, whatever it is for you, for me, the easy fix is to take pills and then act like a complete idiot and not be myself, which only hurts me and the people I love. You have to learn to be with yourself, and that's what you're doing. And for you, it's about expanding your gifts, your abilities, but you're truly being guided not to allow this urge to try to fill that empty space with someone else. Don't allow that urge to take over, because there is no filling that empty space with someone else. Do you know who can fill the empty space? You. And it's not like the whole only you can complete yourself. I mean, it is that. But the fact is, there really isn't this emptiness. It just feels like that because of the addictive nature of a twin soul or a deep soul connection, soulmate connection, when we're not completely healthy yet. And that's what it is. But it'll get better. As you heal, the connection will heal as well. Meow. Meow. Okay. So I think next, thank you for the love. I appreciate whoever just sent a love offering. That was very sweet. Somebody sent some love. Okay, Zynab. Zynab. Okay. Please hold space and your tongue while I read for Zynab, guys. Okay, Sharon, let me get you on the list. Thank you. What does Zynab need to know at this time? Ah. Ah. Eureka! Good things coming in for you, Zynab. So this is a difficult time for you, because, and here's why I can feel why you might be a little bit frustrated. Not like it's not that big of a deal, but it can be a frustrating period of time for you, because recent past you had the Eight of Wands. So in the recent past, you made a lot of big leaps forward, right? A lot of progress. Perhaps on your spiritual journey, you felt like, wow, I've made so much progress. I'm woke. I'm doing good things. This feels really good in the recent past, right? But in the current energy, you've got the Five of Swords, which is it's almost like an energy of being at war with yourself. And then you've got the Universe card. And again, she's wrestling that snake, that serpent, right? But what I want you to think about here, excuse me for a second while I itch my foot. What I want you to think about here is, yeah, on its face, this looks like this woman has been exposed and vulnerable and is wrestling a big serpent. But look more closely. What color is this serpent? It's green. What does the color green represent? Life, abundance, beauty, money, plenty, right? So what's happening is this sort of experience you're having where you're internally doing battle a little bit with yourself, you're actually fighting yourself, your shadow self, and fighting the things that actually need to come to you. Okay? And so this is beautiful. This is where you've got opportunity, and you've got opportunity that may feel to you like it's disguised as conflict. It's not conflict. Yes, the Five of Swords is a conflict card, but the reason that you're feeling a little bit conflicted right now is because I think it's been the slowdown. A lot of it's tied to the Eight of Wands. So much quick movement forward in the recent past. Anytime we spiritually awaken and we make a lot of movement forward, we can kind of feel stuck whenever that slows down. I went through that myself. I made such big strides when I just turned my will over and recognized all of the spiritual help that I had on the other side, sort of started connecting with my spiritual team. And once I did that, I realized like, okay, things are good. And I made so much growth, but then I sort of hit a wall, right? I hit a wall because a lot of things, guys, please hold the chat. Okay. Hold the chat, guys. A lot of things seemed to feel overwhelming all at once, and I wasn't, but see, I also wasn't doing a lot of the things I needed to do. That's what this feels like. I think if you're feeling a little bit discouraged, you can overcome that by even if it doesn't feel like it's productive, go through the motions anyway. Do your meditations more devotedly than ever. Go through, write down affirmations, post them all around. Do those little things that make such a difference, because look what your near future is. 10 of Pentacles. You've got great bookends here. Your tough energy is just the present where you are right now. And look, right behind the universe card, you also have the lovers card. As soon as you are able to make peace with your divine feminine, then you've got really, really good things. What is this? Deborah, get out of here. Who is this person? I don't care. We don't care what you think, Deborah. Nobody asked, by the way. Go start your own channel and tell people what you think. Okay. Sorry. Sorry about that, Zynab. So anyway, what this is, I'm sorry for the interruption, sweetie. What this is, most of it is an illusion. It's going against, I have to stop and say something. That really irritates me when people act like you shouldn't charge for doing your job. I don't know what that person does for a living, but for some reason, when it comes to spiritual work, people suddenly think that you're not supposed to be able to pay your bills if you do something spiritual. If it's spiritual, somehow money is bad. I don't understand that mindset, that it's shameful to ask people to pay me for doing my job. And it really offends and irritates me. It just really, that's like a pet peeve of mine. Just have to say that. Okay. It's so strange, people that think that way. And I get it. I used to kind of think that way too. Like that if you do something that's supposed to be from the heart and spiritual, somehow that's what it is. Well, that is what it is. And those of us who can make a living doing something we love that actually helps people, we're very lucky to be able to do that and blessed. But we still have to pay to put food on the table, just like her and everybody else. So I don't understand how somehow it's shameful to ask to be paid. I'm working right now. I don't know if that person realizes that. I'm working right now. Just very, very small-minded and inconsiderate. Even if you think that, go tell that to someone else. Don't interrupt my work, you know? So rude. Okay. I really don't appreciate that. I didn't even know she did pay me. What is she talking about? She should have waited and given me what happens, guys, did she pay on Super Chat? Is that what she did? Guys, what happens when someone pays on Super Chat 99% of the time? What do I tell them, and then what do I do? I tell them I don't take Super Chat for readings, but since you didn't know, I will go ahead and give you a reading, don't I? I always do that. So again, yet again, shame on that person for assuming that I wouldn't do that. I don't know why. I didn't tell her that. She didn't give me a chance to. She just had to get angry. And I'm sitting here letting her low vibration impact me, and I'm going to stop that right now. Woo, let me burn some incense. Some white sage. See, this is the problem with opening up your energy when you're empathic. Someone comes in with that kind of BS, and it can just, that just pulled me right into her just small-minded, negative. Ugh. She could have gotten everything she needed tonight if she had just. They are for donation, and you're right, K-Moon, but it's not your. It's okay. Like, I appreciate. It's not your responsibility, and she should have waited for me to explain that to her. Because I would have explained that to her and also gone ahead, since she didn't know that, like I always do when people do that, and given her a reading. Because that's what we usually do. But, just so rude. She didn't give anyone a chance to do that. She interrupted the other readings and then never gave me a chance to explain that, and just Unfortunately, my energy is opened up wide right now, so it just hits me like a ton of bricks. You know, like when you're opened up and you're doing readings, you're so. That's why I prefer to do private personal readings, and I do the minis on a lower, not as often on a less often basis, because when you open up to a crowd like that, your energy and you have to be, I have to be opened up to be able to do the readings for each of you, but then something like that can come in and it just hits you. Let's clear this space. Clear this space. Sorry guys, I don't mean to be ranting, but it really, that one really just, everything about that energy just pissed me off. You know what you do when you assume you make an ass of you and me? I think some teacher taught me that. But why would a teacher use that word? I don't know. Sorry, Zynab. You're so kind. Thank you. Let me just finish this reading for Zynab and then we'll get back on track here. And I'm sorry that your reading got interrupted by all of that. I am so, so sorry. Yeah, she did have janky entitled energy. And, you know, I think it's nothing against her. We all do at times. We're human. She's probably, maybe she's having a bad night, but it was just really inconsiderate. It was really impatient and really rude to interrupt. And the dumbest part is if she had just been patient and let me get to it and pointed it out, I would have given her the reading anyway, probably. That's what I usually do unless someone is what? Rude. Ugh. Oh, it is so okay. Okay, so again, I don't really have much more to add here. Again, I'm sorry that that got interrupted. Your majors are the universe and the lovers. Those are two big major arcana. And I feel like the biggest thing for you is part of what's going to open up for you is when you really accept that you're not in a battle. You're not in a battle except with yourself. There's still aspects of yourself that you're battling. We all are. I mean, look, that energy, if I was completely balanced and the way I need to be, enlightened, ascending, that energy would bounce right off. But obviously there was too big of a hole here in my shield as I'm opening up to read for people that just got me. So we're all going through that struggle, especially with the way the energy is right now. So what's the biggest rule? Be easy on yourself. Because look, people sometimes are not going to be easy with you. They're going to be, like you said, Malia, janky. They're going to be janky. They're going to come in and they're going to get you when they can and try to, it's like stoking a fire, right? Some people actually do that on purpose. This, though, what you're going to realize, Zynab, what you're going through right now is not a battle or a struggle. It's actually something leading you right where you're headed, right where you need to be. And the biggest sort of revelation I feel is that this sort of slowed down energy, because I know you're experiencing a slowdown in progress. I know you're feeling that. I don't know what was happening with this Eight of Wands. Things were moving very quickly, and the Ten of Pentacles is not things moving quickly, but things moving abundantly, things moving in the right direction. And this is part of the slowdown. So you can expect that the future progress, it's going to move at more of a slower pace, but it's going to be big blessings. Okay, not little blessings where you're like, oh, check, I did this, yay, check, I did that. It's going to be big blessings that feel so amazing when you experience each one. And as you go through that, remember me telling you that that's part of the slowdown. The slowdown happens when something big's about to happen. So when you start to feel a little bit like, what's going on? Why am I not feeling the same consistency or pace that I felt before in my journey? Remind yourself it's because something really big, something really abundant is about to happen, and I'm so, so grateful. And then shift the attitude to gratitude and all of that. And I'm grateful for all of you being here. I'm actually grateful that that experience happened, except that it interrupted your reading, because I like any chance I get to remind people that what I do is a job just like anybody else's, and I deserve to get paid. So next on the list after Zynab, I have written down is Mindy. Did Mindy, you said you had a second question? Yes, please hold loving space. I feel better from burning the white sage. White sage is an amazing, it's an amazing thing. It's an amazing tool. I'll tell you guys, white sage really clears energy. It sometimes can make it a little harder to read because it clears everything. It doesn't just clear negative energy, it clears positive energy, negative energy. It just sort of clears everything out. So if you have like a specific energy around you that's guiding or helping you, and I usually do, I specifically have a great grandmother that hangs around, it can kind of push that away or push their energy, suppress it a little bit, but it definitely works. I've had times in the middle of the night where I was having breathing trouble, what felt like an asthma attack, and instead of taking some kind of medication, I would get up and burn white sage and it would clear up like that. It's amazing how powerful it is. So, is Mindy, are you not here? Mindy. Is Mindy here? Yes, the big 4-3. September 8th, I will be 43 years old. I don't think Mindy's here. Darcy, you want to put your question up? "47 is young, so is 43. Thank you, K-Moon. Gracias. Wait, Darcy, is it your birthday? It's not your birthday yet. Your birthday's in November, right? Darcy says, pick what you want to answer. Will I get the job? I'm in school. Right. Or will I see Twin in the next 7 days? Wait, will I get the job? I'm in school. MS site. Will I go or will I see Twin in the next 7 days? Okay, let's see what comes through because I'm not really sure what that. Oh, Mindy. Okay, Mindy, let me do this. I'm going to go ahead and do Darcy's and then I'll come back to yours, Mindy. What's the outlook in the next 7 days for Darcy? What does she need to know about either a job or whatever's coming in? Seeing a twin. What's the answer for her? I feel like, Darcy, something that is coming through for you really strongly because of a recent past experience, you have to, when you start school, whatever, not just school, this is about everything. You've got a lot of new beginnings right now that you're sort of moving into in your life, not just one. School is one, but you've got the Ten of Swords, recent past, and then you've got the Ion card. This is the Judgment card in this deck. It's called the Ion card, and you can see this phoenix rising up from the ashes. There is this it's like a bomb going off for you. There's this, I'm seeing like fireworks. There's just a lot of explosive energy and a lot of success coming in for you. The biggest thing you want to do though is to shed the past. You've got to shed this heartbreak. You've got to shed these things that have not served you in the past. You've got to shed your need to understand things, that need to analyze everything. You've got to shed that because you've got so much good and abundance coming in your near future. You've got the Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is something opening up for you that you couldn't open yourself. It's opening up for you, okay? And the Six of Swords in your foundation says it's going to be necessary for that to happen. It's going to be necessary for you to move into calmer waters. Tell Mindy she's on a delay. She needs to refresh her screen. You're going to need to move into calmer waters. And what that means, again, is kind of like what I just said. I want him to tell me what happened to my face just one day. Well, this isn't really about him. That may be one of your concerns, and partly to do with this Ten of Swords, because there is that heart that's pierced by the sword, and there's a lack of understanding there and a little bit of sadness or frustration. But for you, this is about just in general, and you know that you have the ability to do this. You're a strong character. This is about you embracing who and what you are, right? As a human being, as an empath. But part of embracing that, Darcy, is to not spend so much time trying to analyze it. The best part of him, I can't wait for Sunday to come in this class, the first class, because one of the things we're going to learn is about the spiritually awakened journey, and how the biggest thing we learn on the journey is to accept where we are and to not overthink, to not try to figure it out. Because a lot of the thing that happens is when we wake up and we start realizing who and what we are and why we're here, we start trying to understand, well, what do I do next, and what does this mean, and what does this sign mean, and just always looking for things. But the truth is, one of the biggest lessons that comes with sort of being awakened is to stop trying to find all the answers, to sort of accept that where I am is exactly where I need to be. How does someone else feel? They feel exactly the way I know they do in my heart. Not what all my head's telling me, but what my heart tells me. The answers are a lot more simple. And for you, there's a simplification that's going to happen that's very beautiful. Now, you do have at the bottom of the deck the adjustment card. The adjustment card is interesting. It's the number 8 card, which would be the strength card, but it's actually the temperance card here, or in place of temperance. And justice. What this is about for you is there's a balancing taking place, which is really special, okay? And it's a major arcana, which really says, and so is this one as well. These are two beautiful major arcanas, and both of them represent that awakening and that sort of, not just awakening, but that explosive energy that I felt, just like something exploding and then fireworks, just really something beautiful falling from the sky for you. But the biggest thing that can block it from coming in, and those are the things we need to know. Those are the things we need to analyze enough to understand is, what am I doing to block what I need to come in, and what can I do to help it? That's pretty much it. And what you need to do to not block it is a lot of releasing. Part of the issue for you is you're carrying a lot of heaviness with you still. You're not intending to, but the fact that this card is coming out, there's a lot of scar tissue here, and you want to do as much as you can to consciously release it, because you've got such good stuff coming for you. I mean, look at this, Darcy. The Four of Wands, you know that's a great card. Normally when you see it in traditional tarot, it's the Four Wands upright, 1111. That's okay. You don't need to shake him. It's not about shaking him. It's about shaking the chains. It's about shaking the things that are mental prisons. The connection is, remember this, the connection is just love. The connection is perfection. What's not perfection is me and you and him and the things we do in the connection. That's not perfect, and it's not always good. The connection itself, the love, is perfect. So all you need to shake is the behavior patterns, the things that have participated in a relationship that's not working for you. And part of that is to just sort of acknowledge your own worthiness, affirming that. And with this card, to me, it's also about, well, just sort of show, we were talking about it earlier, that gratitude. You welcome in the abundance when you're grateful for it ahead of time. When you start saying thank you a lot, you're welcoming the abundance before it actually has a chance to get here, because you're grateful for it, right? I don't think you're going to be, I don't see anything in the next 7 days specifically. That doesn't mean you won't be seeing your twin in the next 7 days. It just means that that's not something that's standing out in your reading. So I can say that. All right, let me move on. Mindy, so I'm going to do Mindy, Christina, and then Sharon. And then I think we're going to close the list. Where is Mindy? Mindy. Okay, Mindy, if you haven't, you need to refresh or leave and come back because you're like about a minute behind where I'm actually talking. You're not on the same time. You're on a delay because I can tell by when your chat comes up and what I'm actually saying, you're hearing me about a minute after I say things. So, is Scott's recent enlightenment his actual experience or another manipulation tactic? Or what does Spirit say about my relationship with Scott? I love you too, Darcy. It's going to be a good 6 weeks. Show us what's going on with this person. Enlightenment or manipulation tactic. What's going on there? Overall energy for this. Okay. It's not a manipulation tactic, but the truth is this person's very overwhelmed right now. And so Mindy, this person's very overwhelmed right now. So you responded to my message that you're on a delay about 30 seconds after I said it. So I don't know if you're still on a delay a little bit or not, but you might want to see if you can move your little dot at the bottom of your screen all the way to the right if I'm talking somewhere further. This person it's not a manipulation tactic, right? But they are overwhelmed. They're overwhelmed right now. I think what I get from this is that this person's What I get from this is that this person's enlightenment, if we call it that, or sort of awakening, is pretty valid. But what comes with that is a lot of overwhelming energy. This is being overwhelmed. So this person's overwhelmed. They're experiencing. I mean, look, recent past, the Fool, major arcana. Current energy descending, the Emperor, major arcana. Near future, the Death card, major arcana. Foundation, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. So this person is feeling like what this person is doing, they're awake. They're big time awake. But they haven't learned how to use the law of attraction to their advantage yet. So there's a lot going on here. And this person is not going to come show you everything you want right now, because the Emperor energy can be very stubborn, and it can be very much someone who doesn't chase, right? So this is not a chasing energy for this person. It is an energy of sitting and growing in abundance in a beautiful way, yes, but there's a death in the near future. And what that means, it's not a physical death. It's an ending. There's a lot of endings coming in for this person in the near future. And so a lot of that overwhelmed energy is going to subside once they allow the natural ending of certain cycles in their life. I think there's going to be shifts in this person's employment status, shifts in this person's familial and friendship relationships. A lot of people are going to be taken out of their life, and a lot of new people, not a lot of people taken out, and a few new people are going to be coming into their life. And what I do feel, hey, Rebecca, nice to see you. Thank you for coming in and saying, hey. What I do feel is this person, your place in this person's life does not change. It doesn't become less important. So don't worry. I know when we love someone a lot and we know that there's a lot of changes, people leaving, people coming into their life, it can be a little bit disconcerting, wondering what's going to happen. Don't worry. This is going to be okay. But that death energy is strong. But with death comes new life and rebirth. And so this person's going to go through a major shift. So the answer to your question is no. It's not an act. No, it's not a manipulation tactic, but it's genuine. But until we're totally balanced, we are always in relationships as human beings going to be somewhat manipulative. So does he manipulate? I'm sure he does. So do all of us. You do too. We all are manipulative in our relationships to some extent. That's just being real, being honest. Now, but if he's telling you about this experience, it's not a manipulation. It's the truth. It's real deal. He really is having these beautiful experiences. Okay, so that's a beautiful thing. Yeah. Hey, Wanda. So I've got Sharon, Christina, Sharon, and Wanda. We need to do Wanda because Wanda was one from the other day that needs to get hers. So go ahead and throw yours up, Wanda. You're welcome, Mindy. So trust in the veracity of the experience, but also know there's a lot coming, and there is manipulation involved, of course, for now. This person doesn't want you out of their life, though. Thank you, K Moon. Wanda. Thank you. Thank you guys for the love. All of you guys are so sweet and loving. It really helps me recover from like that one person coming in here with some really demanding, like not so nice energy. It just shows like my grandfather used to always say, you can catch more flies with honey. It's so true because I would have given that person a read. There would have been no problem if they had just chilled. Like I didn't even know what was going on. I had no idea what they were even talking about or what was going on. That's why I tell people hold your chat until in between readings because it could have been dealt with. Oh, and the guy. What is that? Wanda, I don't know. Do you walk? Do you take walks? Like, do you go out, do you take like long walks? Do you ever walk anywhere? There's something you need to do that has to do with taking a long walk and the messages that are going to come to you during that walk. I don't know. You run and bike a lot. When you're outside walking, maybe even walking your bike, if for some reason you're having to like walk your bike, pay attention. Pay attention, Wanda, to the messages that come through for you. Spirit wants you to know that there's a lot of healing taking place currently. You've got the recent past with the Ten of Swords, definitely heartbreak energy in the recent past. That is being dealt with and healed right now. Your foundational energy is the Queen of Cups. That's a very strong emotional healing. That's a very, it's almost like the Empress, but instead of being so focused on nurturing others, it's really, a lot of it is radiating from within you. And it's about feeling really emotionally strong and seeing clearly what and whom you desire. Someone with strong earth energy is moving towards you. Slowly, yes, but deliberately. There is the Knight of Pentacles moving towards you or actually crowning your energy. So this is something that's really coming. My brother passed away a couple months ago, very heartbreaking, but I'm staying strong. When it gets to the 6-month mark, you're going to want to really look for messages from him. From his death to exactly around 6 months, start really looking for him to come through energetically. Probably not much before then, but after 6 months from the time he died, really look for messages. The Knight of Pentacles, and I feel like whoever this Knight of Pentacles is, Wanda, your brother's energy is attached to this person. So how many months has it been since your brother died? How long? Around December, there is a male energy, a romantic or a love interest coming into your life. It may be someone who you already know. It may be someone who is new. I don't get a strong sense one way or the other, but your brother's bringing them to you. Your brother is bringing this person to you. It's very special. It's very beautiful. I'm sorry for your loss too, but you haven't lost this person, and it isn't. I mean, of course it's sad, and I don't want to, dismiss that. But you haven't lost your brother. That energy is so strong, and around December, around the 6-month mark, you're going to feel his energy so strong, and there's going to be someone new coming in that your brother sends. It is a romantic interest. It may start off as a friendship, or it may be someone you already have a friendship with returning. But this is a strong, earthy energy, Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. It's beautiful energy, and this person is coming They're making a beeline towards you, but they're coming in at a steady pace. And literally, your brother's energy is what's bringing them towards you. Your brother really is looking out for you. So this is very strong. You're going to have a real clarity about that too. Come around December, maybe a little after the 6 month mark, like around Christmas time and New Year's. But really, you're going to feel that strongly. You do have in your foundation the Fool card in reverse. And part of that is because of your brother's passing or transition. There are things in your life that are being a little bit postponed or delayed. It's like a shuttle takeoff that's being delayed because the weather's not right yet. And part of the weather being right is your brother being able to really assist in some things. So just know you've got good things coming, but it's just the timing's a little bit off. You've got in the near future the Six of Wands. It's such a great energy. And again, this is all going to be happening probably around December. You're going to really start to see it come. This isn't going to be hitting you blindly or coming out of the blue. You're going to start to see it coming in before December, but it's going to come in around December. I think as you get to like Halloween, Thanksgiving, you're going to see a lot of signs that this is coming in really in a beautiful way. And I'm so happy for you. But the Six of Wands, there's going to be a lot of accolades, public acknowledgement, recognition. I don't know if there's going to be people reaching out to you to offer you a hand and to sort of buoy you along your way, but you're going to feel that whether it's actually coming from people doing it or you just feeling that energetically. You're going to feel a lot of support and a lot of buoying along the way. And this is just a great card representing victory for you in the future, but especially around December. And signs and hints of it before, but specifically around December and into January, be looking for someone coming in and know your brother sent that man in, and it may start slow, but it's going to be a really strong, beautiful love interest for you. And I just think that's going to be awesome. Yay, Maria, my mama, you found the chat. Good luck, Wanda. That's the way to do it. Self-love. We can all use more of that. We can all use more self-love. Christina and Sharon, and then Christina and Sharon. Anyone coming toward me in love? Walked away from next neighbor from the single. I did a crush on 2 guys at work. Okay, cool. Good for you having your crush. I like it. Your healthy little crush, my friend used to call it her healthy little obsession when she would like meet somebody at work that she thought she had a crush on. My healthy little obsession. Oh, that's great, Wanda. I'm so glad. Thank you. You made mine better too. It's coming in love for Christina. Well, there's definitely something beautiful coming for you because you've got the Two of Cups in your foundation. Your near future is the Fortune card, and your current energy card is the Ion, which is the Phoenix rising from the ashes. So, because it's the Phoenix rising from the ashes, I do think it may be somebody from your past coming back, someone that you had really strong emotion for, but maybe wasn't ready yet, Christina. But it's a strong spiritual connection. There's a lot of mutual reciprocating energy here. You do have the Seven of Wands crowning you, so I do feel like you may be a little bit resistant to this person. Yeah. Right when, yeah, you're actually walked away from. That's why this, so you may have resistance to this person, but I can tell you from these cards, if it is your ex who you walked away from, I don't know if that's who this is, but whoever this is, this person has changed for the better. They want to bring in good things for you. And you do have your past, the Ten of Swords. There's that broken heart. So don't carry that sort of energy of disappointment, sadness, and pain from the past into your future. Don't carry that with you because you've got such beautiful things coming in. I mean, the Two of Cups is just a lovely soulmate energy. Such healing. And this connection, if it is someone established from the past, which it feels like it is, it's going to need healing. You've also got that beautiful Wheel of Fortune card or Fortune card here in your near future. It's upright. It's saying you're due for some good fortune. You're due for Fortuna to be in your favor. So allow it to be, accept it, welcome it in. This is good. This is really beautiful. I'm so happy for you. Be careful. You are due. I can tell you're due. I mean, this card says you're due for good fortune. Be careful, though, about this Ten of Swords from your past. You want to shed as much of this as you can. And like I said, I know that if it is this person you walked away from, you might have some resistance to them and a little bit of defensiveness. I really don't feel like they are the same person that you had to walk away from before. So keep that in mind. Good luck, Christina. Last but certainly not least, Sharon. Is Sharon here? What's your question, Sharon? Sorry for the delays. Sharon. Mermama, I know she is the best. Oh, thank you, Mermama. Yeah, I appreciate it, but I am so tired. If you want me to do like I did before, where I do your reading like tomorrow or Sunday, like over the course of the weekend, and send you a video, we can do that. If you want to just ask a question and send like you did before, that I don't mind doing that. But on here, I can do one more and I've got her up. So I am definitely too tired. Too tired. Guys, also remember when it's your birthday month, you get $25 discount on your reading. So if you want to book a personal 30-minute or 1 hour, they're normally $75 or $150. 75 for 30 or 150 for an hour of my time. And if it's your birthday month, you can book it for 50 or 125. So a big discount for birthdays. I figure I'd spend 25 bucks on you for your birthday, so that's what we can do. Does Spirit have anything for me in life over the next year? Ooh, the next year. Okay, so you're giving us a good time span. I like it. Ooh, oh, wow. That's weird, right? Although that's not an uncommon name. Very synchronistic, though, guys. Maybe you two are meant to talk or hook up. Connect in some way. Uh-oh, I have a turned over card. We got to see what it was. 2 turned over cards. Death. And then the Six of Pentacles. You're going to be experiencing a lot of balancing in your finances in the next year. There's a strong ending coming in for you with things to do with financial things that are unbalanced. So it could be debts, financial issues, credit, anything that's not where you need it to be. In the next year, it's going to be really improving. And the Six of Pentacles suggests real balance in the financial sector. And then that balance then allowing prosperity to really flow in for you. So I don't know what your situation has been, but it's going to be improving no matter what. Whether it was bad, it's going to be getting a lot better. And if it was good, it's going to be even better than it already was. So there's a lot of financial improvement. You do have the Hermit card in your recent past. So you may have recently been a little bit isolated or felt like you needed to be alone or spending more time with just yourself. I mean, that's pretty easy, isn't it? Because with quarantine and the pandemic, we've all been in this, but that is your recent past card. And the fact that it's the Hermit and not like the Five of Pentacles, the Hermit's a major arcana, so it's saying it was necessary for you to do that. In your current energy, you've got some really good stuff. You've got the Nine of Cups and the Ion, or Phoenix rising from the ashes. And remember, the Nine of Cups is wishes coming true. So there's a rebirth in your life over the course of the next year and wishes being fulfilled. Cups is usually wishes to do with love, emotional fulfillment. So, I mean, these are great cards for you. I do feel like you've got really, really good things coming, Sharon. You do have in your current energy the Lover's card in reverse. That's Gemini energy. So that could be... It could have to do with the Gemini or someone that you are in separation from. It feels more like it's about delaying making a choice of some kind or not choosing. It's kind of being blocked off where you're not able to make choices for yourself. Once that gets upright, though, you're going to have a lot easier time. And I mean, everything else is upright and looks really good. So I really like this Ion card for you, that Phoenix rising from the ashes, sort of new birth, new life, giving way to wishes coming true. You also have the Princess of Pentacles in your near future. Again, that ties back to the Death card and the Six of Pentacles for me. And it speaks to the fact that there's going to be some sort of starting over in some financial sector. I don't know if you're going to be starting a new business. It feels like some sort of financial recovery. And I don't know what that could be about for you. I don't know if it's like an inheritance coming through, starting a new business, something. It doesn't feel like a windfall, but it feels like some really big strides financially that really pay dividends for you in a beautiful way. So the next year looks really prosperous for you, specifically financially. With the Ion card and the Nine of Cups, it suggests the beginnings of beautiful things in the love department as well. That, although they are dramatic cards, like wish fulfillment and the rising from the ashes, I do feel like that's going to be more of a slow going energy because of the way that the Pentacles is there. So even though that is talking financial, the Princess of Pentacles is also sort of talking about earthy energy, and that can move slow, especially in the love area. So all in all, though, I think you have a really productive next year, a lot of balancing taking place, especially with this Six of Pentacles. Big endings when it comes to things being unbalanced in your financial sector. Focus in on what your desires are, because with that Nine of Cups and wishes coming true, you've got an opportunity to really bring in some beautiful things for yourself. So make sure you take advantage of that, okay? Guys, thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate all the positive vibes, all the love, all of the everything lovely. I'm sorry for getting a little frustrated earlier, letting sort of myself get pulled into a low vibe. But, you know, it's frustrating when people don't give you a chance to give them what they want. But maybe what they wanted was to piss me off. It doesn't matter. I love you guys. What I am going to do is, if I don't see you guys before, I will see you on Sunday night. So we'll do some mini readings on Sunday night. And yeah, love you guys so much. Namaste. Thank you. Bye, guys.